This legendary piece of fire service history is a 1972 triple Crown Firecoach, shop number F1671. It was one of the two sister Crowns running out of Station 27 in Hollywood for the LA City Fire Department and operated as Pump 27 and Engine 227. It's powered by an 855 Cummins diesel engine. Crown Firecoach is an iconic piece of apparatus in many TV shows and movies, including Emergency, which is the reason why most of us became firefighters. Crown built fire engines from 1951 to 1985 in Los Angeles with a few years in Chino. They also make school buses, but somehow firefighters don't remember that part of it. Hi everybody, welcome to another episode of Firefighters and Fire Trucks Getting Ice Cream. I'm Jesse Quinalty, and today we're going to be hanging out with John Salka from FDNY. We're actually driving an old LA City Crown Firecoach and touring LA City to go get some ice cream while we're out here at Firehouse out in LA. So let's go pick up John, cruise around, get some ice cream, talk about some cool stuff, and see what's going on. Hey, John.
There he is.
We come out to shake your hand, but
how are you?
Not too bad. How are you?
Good.
Good to see you. All right, so seatbelts. I think that's, yeah, I'm sure that, we didn't really wear them for these things anyway, but,
I must tell you, I always wore them in the front seat. After I made officer, I wore it every shift.
Well, how are you going to set the example if you don't actually do it?
That's
You
right.
know? I probably should have had you drive this thing. It's I'm going to double clutch all the way down there, so we'll see how it goes.
I could have drove it for you. I could do that.
It's I keep putting it in reverse on accident. Oh, I put the brake on while I stopped. The guy can get you.
Better safe than sorry. There we go.
Here we go.
This is cool.
Go get some ice cream.
This is cool. Good day for the weather, for the ride.
Oh, it is. I mean, especially in an open cab engine, so.
I think about the guys in the old days that worked like this through the winter.
Oh, I know.
You guys in Southern California don't know what the word winter means, but back in New York, man, guys were having to get the snow off the dance floor.
Yeah, literally using the heater from the engine to kind of just keep you warm. You're crawling up against the cowling and.
You know, when I was in the Volleys in Mineola, when I first started in the fire service, I was in Mineola Fire Department Truck Company 2, and we had a snorkel with an open cab just like this.
Nice.
Had a white convertible top that was never put up. It was always down.
Right.
Somebody like the open cab?
Well, the owner of this thing said this actually came with the cab over, but trying to remove it, put it on, and it's like it weighed like 1,000 pounds. So
there's nothing better than this.
Right.
And I heard that it never rains in Southern California.
Well, that's a rumor, but most of the time it's not too bad. When I was hanging out with Pete, we were teaching in St. George, Utah, and he was getting ready to go home right during that big cold spell, and I felt so bad. And he goes, "Well, it usually doesn't get that bad." I said, "I've seen icicles on your face fighting fire before. I know that it gets bad."
I must tell you, I love the cold, and I love the winter, and I love the snow. I love it. It's just about over that cold now, and I love spring and summer as well, but I'm okay with winter.
Well, not too long ago, I think I was teaching at Firehouse Nashville, and that's when your pipes burst, right? Or you had something go on with your kitchen, or
Yeah. There's a downside to the cold, but
right?
I do love snow.
Oh,
You're doing fine. You're doing fine.
there's a double.
I'm amazed at the variety of construction of the types of homes and buildings.
Oh, I know. So what were you teaching at Firehouse this week?
Actually, I did two programs. I did one yesterday, which was a half day, which was I like it. They're both pretty good programs. One is called the 3 Degrees of May Day. That's the one I'm doing actually later on today.
Okay.
And that talks about May Day being looked at like we look at fires. You can't have a 3-person grid crew for every building, for every fire, for every condition. I mean, if you got a gigantic fire going in a 5-story storage warehouse, you might need 3 2-man or 3-man grid crews.
Right.
You got a fire in a little private dwelling somewhere. A single 3-person crew might be able to get the job done for you, at least start it out. So, but it's a whole program about that, about having those resources available.
Gotcha.
If you're in a bigger department with bigger buildings, you need to consider that, rather than waiting for the building to fall down. Yesterday's program was really talked about RIT, but it talked about the failure of RIT, and how some RIT operations don't go so well. And it was a 4-hour program, and I talked about all the different things that can happen, from lack of training to improper equipment to not being ready, and even relieving. Do you relieve the RIT crew after an hour, or do you keep them on? And it's both pluses and negatives. There's pros and cons on all of it. So I had a good day yesterday. I had a good crowd.
Right.
They were really, they really all jumped in, which makes the class so much more enjoyable.
Now, in New York, I mean, obviously you're able to put out some of this Mayday stuff because of actual incidents that you guys have had. Unfortunately, you've had some practice.
We probably had, I don't want to say more than most or more than anybody, but we've had a bunch over the course of the year. We haven't. I've only been to maybe 3 or 4 my whole career, 33 years, and I was in busy outfits.
Right.
But I still been to some. Most folks don't ever get to go to a Mayday or a RIT operation.
Which is what you want. Right.
Except that, then sometimes they're not prepared. If you don't train enough on RIT, you can't be ready. Nobody's got experience.
Right.
We're fortunate at the FDNY. Every truck is a fast truck, which is RIT. And it's 6 people. An officer and 5 firefighters. You really can't beat that as a starting point.
Right.
But it works out real good. They all stay trained up and stuff. And we've had, contrary to some other places, we've had real good success with our RIT teams and our fast trucks.
Right. And during those 3 Maydays that you've been involved in, were you in the command position for either of those?
I was in the command position for one of them. We played the audio yesterday. It was a firefighter in the first truck up on the fire floor, did a good job in a high-rise. And his officer sent him to remove a victim down the hallway. And he came back. He ended up staying with the victim, transporting him downstairs. And the officer, rightly so, ended up giving a Mayday like 3 minutes later because he couldn't get him on the radio, and he never came back. And of course, we quickly found him down the street. The other 2 that I were at, I wasn't in the command function, but I was a battalion chief, and it was, again, for missing young firefighters on the fire floor, that within a minute or 2 of being, the Mayday being transmitted, they were pretty quickly found. Oh, I did go to one, unfortunately. As the battalion chief, where a firefighter was killed, and I got there long after the Mayday was done, and he was being removed from the scene. But still, for 33 years, it's some pretty active units.
Right.
We went to 3 or 4. And all but one turned out real well.
And then obviously you were at 9/11. What was your position there?
Again, I was a battalion chief back in 9/11. And I got down there pretty early. I was home and I saw it unfolding, and I went down. I think within another 40 minutes or an hour, they probably recalled everybody. They did recall everybody. I think it was probably within 40 minutes or an hour. I got down there relatively quickly to my firehouse and met another chief who grabbed our gear and went to the division. There was a handwritten note in the house watch, go to division. So anybody that drove in or responded in after that went to the division. There was 100 or 200 firefighters there and officers, all sort of assembling and milling around and collecting tools from companies that were driving by, dropping stuff off. And eventually we commandeered a couple of buses, city buses.
I missed it. That's part of the problem. All right. So if I go down to La Brea,
What, you going the wrong way?
yeah, I miss the street. That's why I got a video production team.
That's good.
I'm trying to drive and talk.
Drive and talk
and clutch.
So we commandeered a couple of city buses, loaded them up, and went down there. And the rest is not quite history, but we operated there until well into the next morning.
So as time has gone on, you teach a lot of command and control, leadership. What's some of the biggest things that you've seen in your career that's influenced your teaching style to keep pushing certain things out?
I think one of the most important things, and it just so happens that leadership is really, really, really popular right now. But I'm real happy about that because we've needed it. Both in the FDNY, and I travel around the country, as you know. The guy that sits in this seat that I'm sitting in right now is the most important guy in the apparatus. He's probably the most important guy in the fire department.
Right.
Chiefs are important, good, experienced, talented firefighters are important. Nobody's more important than this guy right here, or gal. They're the ones that take care of the firefighters below them. They take care of the company officers and the chiefs above impact fire department operations.
Right.
Both in the station, in the kitchen, you know, misbehaving, kidding around, hazing, all those things happen in the firehouse. There's no chiefs around.
Right.
And then we go to the scene of a fire, and generally it's a fire engine and a couple of firefighters and an officer get there first. They end up going the first couple of shots in those fires as well.
Right.
So leadership and company officer skills, I think, really are probably, I think they probably always have been, and I hope they always remain some of the most important things that we got to take care of.
Now, you and Lasky do some stuff with 5-alarm leadership, and each one of those is like a tier, right? So what do you discuss when you actually do that type of leadership training?
I mean, we have a program called, 5-alarm leadership. It's a leadership program. And really it models after the book. We wrote the book first and then we did the program.
Right.
And we talk about everything. And we say from the firehouse to the fireground, and we mean that literally. You know, a lot of stuff that goes on in the firehouse has a dramatic effect on the fireground. Matter of fact, Rick usually starts the class off with, we're losing a lot of firefighters because of a lack of leadership back in the firehouse.
Right.
Young bosses or old bosses, you know, are not training adequately or training enough. I hate to say training at all. You know, in the old days, you used to just be able to be a real brave guy that could take some smoke and everybody would follow him in and he was a good boss.
Right.
I think now you need a lot more than that. A lot more.
Yeah, I missed that one.
Double.
I did. There it is. Just got to rev it up and get it in there.
Well, like today, we got this new generation. There's always a new generation.
Right.
Thank God, right? There's always a new generation. I got 40 years in the fire service. I'm still hanging around, but I'm certainly in the twilight of my career, you know?
Right.
And then there's young people like that young lady we just met at the firehouse, and she's on the launch pad, man. She's getting ready to start a great career. And they learn and they talk and they train a little bit differently than we did, you know?
Right.
And some people complain about it and say, this new generation is such a pain in the neck to deal with, to train or to talk to. My answer to that is, hey man, get with the program. They're the customers now. They're the new fire service.
Right.
If 20-minute programs or 20-minute drills on the apparatus floor work better for them, if they start dozing off after 30, then do 20-minute drills, man. You know, why is that so hard? If these kids don't know what a hammer is or a box end wrench or something, maybe because they live somewhere where they got everything taken care of for them.
Right.
I kid around about New York City. A kid grows up in New York City in a tenement and gets on the FDNY. Another kid grows up out in Long Island, Mineola, and he gets on the job. The kid from Mineola knows about how to start a motor, how to mix gas with fuel, you know, how to get a toolbox out and fix a flat tire. But he doesn't know about fire escapes or roof bulkheads or subway stations. The kid that grew up in the city knows about all that. He knows where the fire escapes go and where the subway goes and where the emergency phone is, you know? And the kid in Long Island does know that. So when we get him in the academy, we try and teach him the fire stuff, but sometimes you get to the firehouse, we gotta teach him a little bit more and get them all up to the same level. We used to have tool class at the firehouse workbench in the back. Literally, what's a vice grip? What's a needle nose plier? What's a box end wrench? Easy.
Yeah. Well, it's funny in that the managing employee fires class that I do, we actually teach how to do a size up on your employees and what is their building construction, how are they made, and one of the new classifications we put in there is obviously lightweight construction, which is your new firefighter of today. There's a lot of fires and there's easy collapse and embers that spread around, but the good thing about lightweight construction, your new members, you can design them to be more fire resistive. You can reconstruct them. If you have to scrape them down on the foundation and rebuild them, you can, and everybody wants to talk about the new generation, but it's like you can still mold them. They're early on the job. Do it,
Absolutely. And I wrote an article for Firehouse, and one of the things I was talking about was folks that not comply, but sort of mold in or sort of conform. It was about conforming.
Thought they were coming for you.
That was loud. Some people talk about conforming like you're giving up and you're just folding with you're folding your cards. And actually conforming is a wonderful skill. And I talk about the firefighters, the young 21-year-old guys, they come strolling into the firehouse. The guy's got an earring in his right ear and his hair's all foofed up with whatever they put in it.
Right.
They're wearing jeans with rips in them and flip flops and just stuff that I'm not comfortable wearing that my generation didn't wear. But 20 minutes later, the guy comes back to the kitchen, you know, and his hair's all combed and his earrings obviously up somewhere in the locker, and he's got his uniform on and he looks just like everybody else.
Right.
You know, sometimes you got to conform, you know, for the work day, conform for the job. You know, when you get off duty, you turn back into yourself and you go to your barbecues and whatever you do at home, you know. Is this where we're going?
Yeah, it's right up here. Awesome. All right. We'll get some ice cream here.
When life was simple, huh?
I got to ride tailboard for like a couple months before they outlawed it in California. So, yeah, this place is pretty cool. They actually like cold roll the ice cream and actually serve it up. So it's pretty cool to kind of hang out in some of these old ice cream shops in LA.
Okay.
But yeah, these places are going to take care of us pretty well here.
Good, they know we're coming?
They do know we're coming. We're actually opening up the store a little early.
I see that.
Yeah, they're not really open till noon, but the owner was really gracious to kind of come down and hang out, let us cruise in. So, what's up? Jesse.
Jesse,
Nice to meet you. This is John.
Thank you. Thanks for helping us out.
All right, John, right here. I'm making it right now. This is actually turning it, and then we're seeing it's solidifying right in front of your face. So yeah, it's almost like magic. It's like scrambled eggs in reverse. It tastes a little bit better. So John, is that J-O-H or J-O-A? Chocolate, caramel, white chocolate, Nutella? Chocolate's fine. Chocolate's fine. All right. Yeah, they're on t-shirts. Yeah. See, it's back upside down. The whole definition is come out and we hang upside down. Yeah. John, how do we feel about what's in this? A little bit it is. Not too much. All of it brings out. Alright, let me get some whipped cream for you. Of course! You think I was going to trick you, huh? Of course. Look at that. Thank you. You're welcome, buddy. You enjoy